matchup right now. So, game number 1 here. I wonder what the 65 stands for in GDH's name.
You know, sometimes you just want GDH, but very, very popular, I'm sure, in certain regions around the world, that GDH was taken in your game client. And, you know, sometimes you are, forced to pick alternatives, like adding certain of your favorite numbers or whatever. But sometimes the client picks the random alternatives for you. And that 65 could have been just another random number.
It's possible.
So no meaning whatsoever is definitely a possibility on that 65.
Take a look at this here, as it looks like that Flying Machine Lava Hound
clone deck.
Clone, yeah. Whereas we have these little the Goblin Huts and the Furnace. Once again, that Furnace that he placed up on the bridge was kind of interesting to start off the game.
Yeah, basically, if not a lot of people, if they're not familiar with this deck, it's literally trying to get the Baby Dragon and the Flying Machine behind the Lava Hound. You don't have a balloon in this deck, by the way, but just getting in those 2 units behind the Lava Hound just tanking for days. And once you pop that clone and there's no AoE units from the side of GDH, you're going to be ending up with 1 tower going down from max to min in a matter of 2 seconds. It becomes quite strong when it works out. Very entertaining to watch, but seems like it's getting pummeled on for Taoki's side, as the Royal Giant got some decent work on already.
Get the bats in there too, but oh boy, those AoE hits were not very good. This might even go down. Look at the insane damage with the Rage. That is crazy.
That's it? I mean, 151? I know Taoki probably doesn't have big spells right now, but definitely will take that. Just going to go all the way to the left side once again, knowing that he has to defend and also attack at the same time. So it's probably going to now bring the Flying Machine on and also the Baby Dragon. This is the unfortunate situation for GDH that he doesn't have Fireball, which would immediately get rid of the Flying Machine before he gets anything done. The Lumberjack is now coming in, just trying to defend against this Royal Giant. No hits whatsoever, and just putting the Furnace really in a desperate spot just to keep this game alive.
Desperation truly is the name of that play, as was a good one to keep himself in this, but let's see if he can hold on.
Yeah, good tanking by the Royal Giant on that occasion, even with that poison. That's very nicely done. This might be a decent comeback opportunity for GDH, as we know that Taoki does not have a big spell to end this game.
The guards are actually perfect, tanking up a ton of damage, and another snowball comes in.
Yeah, GDH might be feeling it right now, Valdez.
Oh,
knowing that this might be the end of it, and just 1 spit from the Baby Dragon. Yeah, that's just gonna call it. I mean, really, there's not much to it.
Ooh,
now the clone comes in and even misdirects and retargets from the Baby Dragon with that clone, getting it so far away from the Royal Giant that to spit somewhere else, and that's going to be enough damage to get that 95 last bit of damage done. And Taoki, with that clone deck, definitely did not work out the way that he fully intended to, but if you get that lot of damage with that Rage, with those Lava Pups, and also with the bit of Bats as well, and you know you're going to get decent damage on with that 1 effort, and nearly enough to take down the entire tower, and that's all you needed to get the win for Taoki.
I would have to agree. Taoki was this player that we felt like was the best. You know, we didn't get to see him on camera every single time, but I feel like every single time we watch him, he solidifies himself as #1 more and more. But again, if he does win, and then Stefan wins against Taoki, we got to do this all over again. So we'll have to wait and see how it does go. I'm confident that Taoki can take 2 in a row, but if GDH does win this one, it would mean that the tiebreaker would end.
So the case scenario is that if Taoki wins this one, we stand at 1-1 for the side of GDH. And GDH goes to the next matchup. Next it's going to be Taoki going to the next matchup, and Taoki going up against Stefan is defeated. He's going to be 0-2, so he's definitely going to be the 3rd place out of the 3. So would make it natural for that one win coming from GDH be good enough to advance him to go over to Xi'an?
Yeah, you're just looking for one player to go 2-0 so that they can differentiate themselves from the rest of them. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. Can GDH come back, or are we just going to have Taoki on a roll? Well, here we go. Once again, by the way, not to cut you off, that Goblin Hut Furnace Royal Giant,
it has a very low win percentage. I just don't think it's a very good deck. We've seen great variants of that deck when you only had the Furnace and not the Goblin Hut, and it's gotten some very nice win percentage, but we know it's a very popular deck right now in Grand Challenge. That is the reason why these players are using it specifically, but just, personally, way to look at the deck, in theory, it's just really not in big agreement, although both structures are pretty strong right now. Having both at the same time, it's like, having 2 spoons to eat dinner, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you really don't need it.
It's just too much. Too many cooks.
You're just serving the same purpose with those 2 structure units, and it's not like if one fails, the alternative is ready. I think that's just really not how it goes for that deck, and we'll see more success come about as we get into the later stages of this WCG. But
now, this is probably P.E.K.K.A. Ram, right? It looks like the deck we saw before.
Yeah, it should be P.E.K.K.A. Ram.
So the Mega Knight not going to be super happy about this. He's not going to show it though yet.
Yeah, but it's the Dark Prince, which kind of gets me a little bit wondering what exactly this deck is. Should be the last card for the P.E.K.K.A., but I might be wrong because we see that Dark Prince is a little bit of a outlier in terms of usually the deck not looking like this.
Yeah, like a Tecton card or something like that. A little bit more ground AoE.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, there he is.
So kind of expected it. I mean, if you have a Ram, Ram Rider, it just makes sense that you're going to have a P.E.K.K.A. with it. It just makes so much sense. Put so much pressure on one side with the P.E.K.K.A. with these minions as well, then just surprise the other side with that Ram Rider. It's usually how the classic P.E.K.K.A. Ram deck does work out. But we do see that the E-Wiz is also on the ready, so this Infernal Dragon will probably not get too much value for the entire game. Definitely this, Dark Prince is a little bit different from the typical P.E.K.K.A. decks we've seen, but good snowball, but the 2 Barbarians are already at work here on the left side.
Yeah, you can see he had to save up a bit to get to that Mega Knight. Took him a little while. Let's see how this push is going to go. E-Wiz comes down immediately, but doesn't target it.
Good stuff. Yeah, the E-Wiz retargeting towards the minion was a huge mistake, and Taoki already just calling the good game, knowing that that was the big difference
left
in the end. Yeah, left side just going to melt away, zap, just to save it.
But it's still doing a lot of damage, actually.
I mean, good stuff, and now he's on the lead, and it's Mega Knight. This time around, it will be that same rotation of the Mega Knight coming to the other side. The P.E.K.K.A. is going to be countering it, and the Infernal Dragon is going to try to kill the P.E.K.K.A. And you have to E-Wiz this time on the right direction to make sure it doesn't retarget to other things like the minions. We'll see what comes of it, though.
Okay, nice minions there on the right side. Gonna distract this one.
E-Wiz is still alive. That's actually pretty huge.
Yeah.
And the Mega Knight is not gonna be targeting the E-Wiz, and E-Wiz is still alive to this day. Now it just dies out. That's actually gonna be huge value and earn by Taoki on that instance.
Yeah, he's winning on the right and the left. Look at all this damage too.
Winning so hard
Snowball
on the elixirs right
dodged
now.
Actually by the bandit. He's just like, yeah, I'm just gonna slide right past.
That sliver of HP left on that E-Wiz from the red side was actually huge. That might be the difference that allows Taoki to win this game now, because he's now so ahead in Elixir after that one play.
All right, trying to push into this one. That poison gonna be all right.
Yeah, how well the Mega Knight serves its purpose on this run is gonna be essential. You see the Ram Runner gonna be a priority. You just can't summon a P.E.K.K.A. onto the left side. You have to deal with something else. You're gonna have to really rotate your side towards the right if you are Taoki. Can't invest too much onto the left now.
Oh boy. Everything
That
charging
Ewis
at
is
the
gone.
Ewis now.
Yeah, the Ewis is gone, but ooh, that I don't like that play. That's a little bit wayward. I would have to say the Barbarian's now gonna be heavy at work. These poisons coming forward and zap. That's gonna be 2 rotations of spill, all that's needed to finish this game off. And even the Bandit, you have to use a snowball forward, so further behind now is GDH, and it seems like Taoki just got this one. The rotation should come fast and clean. And 1 more poison, that's all you really need for this one.
Yeah, it's 1 more to do it. There it is, right on top of it, and GDH will be losing. Taoki now.
Good stuff.
With the tiebreaker in his hands. If he can win against Stefan, we're all done here. Poor Stefan would not be making it to Xi'an. But if he loses, we're doing this again.